Back like I never left. Ayy, back like I never left. Ayy, back like I never left. Ayy, back like I never left. Okay, so I promised you guys a part 2. So here is part 2. I've got my wine because the president is allowing us to indulge. So yeah. So I left off talking about my story about fibroids, and I actually just want to clarify why I'm making this video. I got some really sad news a week or two ago, like about a week ago. My friend's cousin, who I knew, who was like such a sweet person, so smart, such a sweet person, she passed away after fibroid surgery. And you know, surgery is surgery, you know, and in hearing the news, not only was it heartbreaking because she was such a sweet person and she was so young and she had so much life left and she was so smart, and it's such a loss for her friends, for her family. Like it really made me really sad to hear that she had passed away. But hearing that she had passed away from fibroid surgery made me want to make this video, because I remember the doctors talking to me about fibroid surgery and just making it sound like it wasn't a big deal. I remember the first gynecologist I spoke to, she was like, what are you worried about? This is a routine surgery. We do it all the time. Like, there's nothing to worry about. Nothing's going to go wrong necessarily. And surgery is surgery. And there can be complications of surgery at any point in time, no matter how routine the surgery is. And so I'm making this video because I want people to know that there is an alternative to being cut open when dealing with fibroids. And I didn't know that. And the reason why it took me such a long time to get treatment is because I was scared of being cut open. I didn't want to be cut open. I had a very bad feeling about it. And so I want to share information for anyone who is struggling with fibroids and is wondering what to do and they don't want to have surgery. I want to let you know that there's another option. So you know, after I was diagnosed with fibroids and I dealt with the symptoms for a couple of years and it became unbearable, I decided that I was going to do something about it. And doctors will only tell you about the surgery that they know how to provide. So I was only hearing about myomectomies. But when I went online, I researched and found out about a process called, a procedure called the uterine fibroid embolization. So a uterine fibroid embolization is a minimally invasive surgery. They don't cut you open. Okay, so I'll explain what they actually do just now. So like I was saying, the uterine fibroid embolization is considered to be a minimally invasive surgery. They don't cut you open, and it's not performed by a gynecologist. It's actually performed by radiologists. So I went online, I Googled, and I found out that there's a medical team based in Cape Town called the Microsurgery that actually performs uterine fibroid embolizations around the country. So once a month they come to Joburg and they go to Durban and they perform these surgeries, and it's just a team of doctors. So you have to be recommended by a gynecologist, and then the surgery is actually performed by radiologists. So I went to a gynecologist in Parkhurst who, you know, ensured that I did qualify. She like checked off like a checklist and was able to determine that I do indeed qualify for this program. The checklist is really chill. Like, the checklist is just like, what are your symptoms? How do your symptoms affect you? Do your symptoms make you feel depressed? Like, you know, you just go through the list of a checklist, and then they determine after that and assessing you as well with an ultrasound. The gynecologist will then make an assessment to say, yes, I recommend this patient for the UFE. I had the surgery. So what they do, I'm just going to explain briefly what they do, basically what the UFE does. So fibroids feed off of blood supply and hormones, right? So there's a school of thought that fibroids are the result of a hormone imbalance where your body has too much estrogen, right? So they feed off of blood supply and hormones. And so what the UFE aims to do is it aims to block off the supply of the blood through the arteries leading to the fibroids. So what they do is they put a catheter through your wrist or through your groin, but I went through the wrist, all the way through your body, all the way down to the arteries that lead to your uterus. Then they put in these little plastic particles that, I don't know if they're plastic, but they put these particles inside the catheter, which is like a pipe. They put it in this itty bitty little pipe. I'm using layman's language. And it blocks the veins that feed the fibroids blood supply and hormones, so that eventually the fibroids shrink and they die. That I got done in August of 2020. That was, I feel like that treatment was successful. Like within a month already, the symptoms had abated. It's been almost a year since I had the surgery. My stomach is like flat. I no longer have this like protruding stomach. I no longer have back pain. My cycle is lighter. It's not as heavy. It's not as long. Like everything has changed, you know, everything has changed. It's really improved my life. But the best part is the difference between a myomectomy and this minimally invasive surgery was, for one, the downtime. You know, that was a huge advantage, the downtime. With a myomectomy, you will be down and out for the count in recovery for about 3 weeks to a month. With the UFE, you'll only be out for about a week, maximum 2, but it's about a week. I was in pain for about a week. You're back up and running. Like the downtime, the recovery time is really short. You don't get cut open, so all the risks that come along with surgery, like blood loss, like having an emergency hysterectomy, like them not getting all the fibroids out and the fibroids growing back, all of that is a huge risk with the myomectomy. But for the most part, I just felt like it went really smoothly. I spent 1 night in hospital. I went home the next day, and the recovery time, again, it was like a week, you know. So I just want people to know the options. There are options out there. You don't have to be stuck, limited to like what the doctors know, because doctors will only provide the option that they know, that they are comfortable with, that they understand. Yeah, so that was all I wanted to share. I just want people to have options. I want people to know what fibroids are. I want people to be aware of it. Check out, you know, if your body, if there are changes to your body, to your cycle, pay attention, take note, go to a doctor. Don't leave it too late. I left it so late. And then do your research. Don't just take the first opinion of the first doctor you talk to. So that's all I wanted to say. I didn't want this video to be long. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.